Hi, good morning. It's Tanya again from itstheperfectspot.com. Thank you so much for stopping by, reading my blogs, and watching this video. Wanted to follow up with a blog entry that I did on Friday before the weekend hit, reviewing some market data specifically to the market in the United States, and then I drilled down specifically to Roswell, Georgia, and I had mentioned that Roswell was experiencing a 14% off sale. And what that is, I took the last year's price versus today's price, and that's just the average homes that have sold. I'm not basing that on the amount of discount or anything like that. Just last year what the average home sold for, and this year what homes are selling for, and the average was 14% discount here in Roswell, Georgia. Okay, now I want to follow that up because Trulia.com came out with an article this morning, and they released some more pricing information, and theirs is all about price reductions that are going on for sellers. So 24% of all current listings in the United States experiencing some form of a price reduction. Sometimes it's one price reduction, sometimes it's several by the time they get the home sold, from the time they started it listed. And the national average for the percentage of a price discount, the national average is 10% off the original list price. And if you break that down in different markets, we see that Minneapolis, Minnesota is experiencing a 40% of all of their listings are going through a 9% discount of their price reduction by the time they get it sold. Dallas, Texas has 38% of all of their listings going through a 9% price reduction. They reached number 3. Number 20 on that same list out of 50 states is, or 50 cities in the states, is Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta here, 30% of all of our listings experience a 10% price reduction. And the difference of the 14% that I was referring to is just the average list price, the average sales price rather, last year, July 09, compared to this year, July 2010. Roswell, Georgia, Mountain Park Elementary, 14% discount from year over year. Also, it's a 14% difference from 4 months ago here. And Atlanta, these stats that I was just giving you, about 30% of all of our listings have a 10% price reduction. That is, of those listings, how much they have to reduce the price in order to get it sold. So two different statistics, just want to make sure you're aware of what those differences are. Now, a lot of things are showing in the headlines that we're all reading, these home index, price index, oh, home values are up, home values are up. Case-Shiller said that there's a 3.8% price increase in the home values. CoreLogic, their index, said 2.6% increase is what they're seeing. And the RPX index is showing a 2% increase in home values year over year. Now, knowing and seeing all of these headlines might make you think, ooh, we're hitting a recovery time. It's not true. When you dig deeper and read these actual articles, not just the headlines, you'll read certain lines that give you more information. For example, the S&P Case-Shiller Index, it was saying, I'm going to read this quote, other housing data confirm the largest impact in likely near future pullback of the federal program. Recently released data for May 2010 show sharp declines in existing and new home sales and the housing starts. Inventory and data and foreclosure activity have not shown any signs of improvement. What does that mean if you read that? The headline says that they're having a 3.8% home values have increased. But if you read that detail, it's not true. We're not in a recovery mode, you guys, okay? There's not an increase in the number of home buyers right now. We've just dragged our demand forward, so our inventory is up. How are we going to get through that inventory? Prices have got to come down, right? CoreLogic, the index, says, here's the quote, the monthly increase in the index shows lingering effects of the home buyer tax credit. We expect that we will see home prices to remain strong. Sounds good, through early summer. But in the second half of the year, we expect price growth to soften and possibly decline moderately. See, guys, you can't just read the headlines. You got to read the full article. So the second half is not looking like we're going to have any increase in prices, okay? Looks like it's going to go lower again. The RPX index, here's their quote, said they were up 2% in home values. The second half of the year, a faltering economic recovery will send the RPX composite price to new lows. You guys, what is this going to mean to you guys? If you're a seller and you're just holding out for maybe getting a better offer, or you think that my home's worth way more than that, I'm not going to sell it for what this offer came in at, it's not going to be worth as much it is right now in a couple of months. Prices have to go down to weed through all of this inventory, folks. So we have to get realistic, we have to get smart, and we have to sell this inventory. So if you're a seller, I encourage you to do everything you can to get your home priced at market value or below market value. You need to get over this idea of what your home is worth to you. It's what the market is willing to pay. And I mentioned in my blog earlier last Friday that we're about to have a huge slew of foreclosures come on the market as well. I think there's somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 million plus that's going to come on the market. And if you're a seller, you're going to be competing with that then too. So if you're thinking about selling your house, you need to do it sooner rather than later. All right, guys, I hope you found this information interesting and useful, and I will post the links so you can get the full articles on each of those as well. And hope you're having a great day. Let me know how I can help you or any of your friends and family. Take care.